All right, let's dive into this. Mindfulness meditation, huh? Using WeiWat's blog, The Way to Wellness, as our guide. This blog is seriously cool. Breaks it all down in a way that just makes sense, you know?
Wait, what?
Yeah, it is. You know what always struck me about mindfulness is that it's often made out to be like this super complicated thing. Like
Wow.
you got to be some kind of, I don't know, monk or something.
Yeah, sitting on a mountaintop.
Exactly. But WeiWat really does a great job of showing how it's not like that at all.
It's really not. It's really just about, like, just being present.
Yeah, being present in the moment.
Without, like, judging yourself, you know? Like, think about it. Have you ever been, like, in a conversation with someone and you totally zone out?
Oh, all the time.
And then, like, they ask you a question and you're like, wait, what were we talking about?
Oh, yeah. Or like you're scrolling through social media
Yes,
and you look up and like an hour's gone by.
totally. That's our mind wandering. It's happening to all of us, and according to WeiWat, it happens, like, a lot.
A lot.
47% of the time, our minds are just off, like, doing their own thing.
Wow. Yeah, it's like our brains are wired for distraction.
Oh, really?
Always bouncing around from one thing to the next. Like,
Almost like a puppy.
yeah, a puppy that's like super hyper and chasing squirrels everywhere.
Yeah, I love that. Our minds are like overexcited puppies. But why is this mind-wandering thing such a big deal? Is it really that bad to let our thoughts, go a little wild sometimes?
Well, when our minds are constantly wandering, we miss out on what's actually happening right now. We're not really present for those conversations.
Yeah.
We don't appreciate our food as much.
Okay, yeah.
We might miss important stuff because we're not paying attention. It's kind of like we're living on autopilot.
So it's more than just, like, not fully enjoying our food.
It's way more than that.
There are real downsides to all this mental chaos.
Absolutely. And that's where mindfulness comes in. It's like hitting the pause button on all those thoughts,
Okay.
giving us a chance to choose how we want to react to what's going on.
Oh, so instead of, like, immediately freaking out when someone cuts us off in traffic,
Exactly.
mindfulness gives us a moment to, like, breathe and choose a better way to handle it.
Exactly. Think of mindfulness as a workout for your brain. Just like lifting weights makes your muscles stronger, mindfulness helps your focus, manage stress and be more in control of your emotions.
Right. Okay, I'm starting to see why it's so helpful, but let's be real. Who has time to meditate for hours every day? Life is busy.
And that's the great thing. You don't need to be a meditation expert to get the benefits. Even a few minutes of, say, focused breathing can make a difference.
That's awesome. So even just small bursts can be helpful. WeiWat even talks about this thing called the 3x3 method.
Yeah, that's a great technique for bringing yourself back to the present moment.
As a work.
Well, you notice 3 things that you see, 3 things you hear, and 3 things you can feel physically. Then take 3 deep breaths and do it again.
Wow, so simple.
And you can do it anywhere, anytime. Waiting in line, at the store, at your desk, even during commercials.
So I could be, like, watching Ted Lasso and still practice mindfulness. I'm in.
Yeah.
Speaking of Ted Lasso, remember when he tells Sam to be a goldfish?
Oh, yeah.
It's like he was a mindfulness coach the whole time.
Totally. Letting go of the past, just like a goldfish supposedly does.
Right.
Focusing on the now, that's what mindfulness is all about.
It's like that scene where Roy Kent gets that red card, He's out of the game, but he doesn't dwell on it.
Right.
He just moves on, focuses on supporting his team.
Yeah, that's a great example. Acknowledging what happened, but not letting it drag you down.
Right.
You learn from it, and then you bring your attention back to the present.
Wow, so being a goldfish can actually help us handle those frustrating moments in life.
Totally. Imagine, like, you burn your toast in the morning. Instead of getting all annoyed and letting it ruin your day, you just breathe, accept it, and move on. Maybe you even laugh about it.
So mindfulness is about finding the humor in burnt toast.
It can be. It's about choosing how you react to things.
I like that. But, it still kind of feels a little, I don't know, abstract.
I hear ya.
Like, how do we know mindfulness is actually doing something real in our brains?
That's a great question. And it's what's so cool about mindfulness.
Yeah.
It's not just some, new age trend. There's actual scientific research showing that mindfulness can change the way our brains work.
Really?
For real. Like physically change our brains.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
It's pretty wild. Like there's research that shows mindfulness can actually shrink the amygdala.
The amygdala, remind me, what's that again?
It's kind of like your brain's alarm system, always on the lookout for danger.
Oh, right.
And when it senses a threat, boom, it triggers that fight or flight response.
Ah, okay. So that explains why I, totally overreact sometimes when I spill my coffee.
Exactly. And when that amygdala is always going off, it can lead to like constant stress, anxiety, even some physical health problems.
Wow.
But here's the good news.
Yeah.
Mindfulness helps to calm that alarm system down.
So it's like mindfulness is giving our brains a little vacation.
You got it. And it's not just about stress. Mindfulness also helps those parts of the brain that control focus and how we handle our emotions.
So like it's upgrading our brain's software,
I like that.
giving us a better system for dealing with life's crazy moments.
That's a great way to put it. And just like any software upgrade, it takes a little time and effort, you know?
So I can't just meditate for like 5 minutes and suddenly be a Zen master?
Not quite.
Okay.
But even a little bit goes a long way. Think of it like working out a muscle. The more you do it, the stronger it gets. The more you train your brain to be present, the easier it gets.
Makes sense. So WeiWat talks about how mindfulness isn't just about formal meditation, right?
Yeah.
We can find mindful moments in like normal everyday things.
Totally. Cooking, gardening, taking a walk, even doing the dishes, all these can be chances to practice mindfulness.
It's like in that movie Julie and Julia, when Julie finds all this joy in cooking. She's not just like following a recipe. She's really present in each step, taking it all in.
Exactly. It's about bringing that awareness, that attention to whatever you're doing, even if it seems boring.
So mindfulness isn't about like escaping from reality.
No.
It's about being present in the middle of it all, even the burnt toast.
Exactly. It's about those moments of peace in the middle of the chaos.
But honestly, just being still can be kind of uncomfortable, especially in our world where everything's so fast-paced.
For sure. We're so used to constant stimulation that silence can feel, almost scary.
Right. It's like that study WeiWat mentions, where people would rather shock themselves than sit alone with their thoughts.
I know, right? It's true, though. But that discomfort, it often comes from being afraid of what we might find when we actually slow down.
It's like we're scared to open that junk drawer in our minds.
Oh, I love that.
Because we don't want to deal with all the mess in there.
Exactly. But you know what? That junk drawer might have some pretty cool stuff in it, too. Memories, ideas, all those things are in there just waiting to be discovered. But we got to be willing to sit with the discomfort, to embrace the quiet.
So mindfulness is like becoming friends with our mental junk drawer, learning to sort through it all with curiosity and kindness.
Exactly. And as we get more comfortable with stillness, we get to know ourselves better and understand our emotions more.
Which brings us back to emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
WeiWat says mindfulness is a powerful tool for building that. But what does that actually look like, in real life?
Well, emotional intelligence is being able to get your own emotions and the emotions of other people, knowing what sets you off, communicating well, building strong relationships.
Okay, I get that. But how does mindfulness help us do that?
Think of mindfulness as the base, the foundation for emotional intelligence.
Right.
By paying attention to what's going on inside us, our thoughts, feelings, what we're sensing in our bodies, we become more aware of how we're feeling.
So instead of like snapping at someone when they annoy me, mindfulness helps me to like take a moment and choose a better way to react.
Exactly. It's like that quote, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose.
Wow, I like that.
It's powerful. Mindfulness gives us that space, that freedom to choose.
And when we get better at understanding our emotions, we're not just improving our own lives, we're making our relationships better too, right?
Totally. We become more understanding, more compassionate.
It's like mindfulness has this ripple effect, starting with us and spreading out to our families, friends, our communities, even the world.
That's beautifully said. And WeiWat even suggests that mindfulness can help us build a fairer, more just world by helping us see and challenge our own biases.
So it's not just about personal growth. It's about making a real difference in the world around us.
Absolutely. By cultivating awareness, compassion, understanding, we can help create a more peaceful and connected world.
Okay, I'm totally on board. Mindfulness sounds amazing.
Mm.
But where do I even start? It feels like a lot,
Yeah, I get it. Starting something new can feel kind of overwhelming, but the good news is there are tons of ways to bring mindfulness into your life. It's all about finding what works for you, fits into your routine.
So there's no, like, one right way to do it.
Exactly. It's like finding the right pair of jeans.
Okay.
Got to try a few on till you find the perfect fit.
I love that. So what are some of these mindfulness styles I could try?
Well, one of the most basic and easy to do is mindful breathing. It's like the intro to mindfulness,
The intro?
Yeah. It's super simple, easy to learn, and it really works. All you got to do is focus on your breath. Feel that air going in and out. Notice your chest moving up and down.
But what if my mind starts, wandering off? Which it probably will.
Oh, that's totally normal. The trick is to just notice when it happens and gently bring your attention back to your breath. Don't beat yourself up about it. It's like training a puppy, Takes patience and a little guidance.
Right. I can try that. What are some other things I could try?
Another good one is body scan meditation. Basically, you just focus on each part of your body one at a time, from your toes all the way up to your head. Notice any sensations you feel, like warmth, tingling, tension, whatever, without judging it.
So it's like taking a mental scan of your body.
Yep. Helps you become aware of what you're feeling physically and how that's connected to your thoughts and emotions. You might be surprised at how much tension you're holding in your body without even realizing it.
Yeah, I know. I clench my jaw when I'm stressed. Maybe
Uh,
this could help me with that.
It's definitely worth a shot. And for those who like to move, mindful walking is awesome for bringing mindfulness into daily life.
So instead of spacing out on my walks while listening to a podcast, I should actually pay attention to what's going on around me.
Exactly. Notice your feet hitting the ground, the rhythm of your steps, how your body's moving. Take in those sights, sounds, and smells.
Like turning my walk into a walking meditation.
You got it. And WeiWat reminds us we can even find these mindful moments in the most ordinary stuff. Washing dishes, folding laundry, brushing our teeth. They can all be chances to practice.
So it's not about needing hours for meditation retreats. It's about adding a little mindfulness to everyday things.
That's it. And remember that 3x3 method we talked about? It's perfect for getting back to the present moment when you're feeling stressed.
Okay, let's see if I remember. Notice 3 things you see, 3 things you hear, and 3 things you feel. Take 3 deep breaths and just repeat that.
Nailed it. And what's cool about all these techniques is you can tweak them, find what feels best for you. The main thing is to start small, keep practicing, and be kind to yourself.
So it's not about being perfect at it.
No way. It's about making an effort to be more present every day. Some days you'll be great at it. Other days your mind might be a little all over the place, like that room full of monkeys we talked about.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
That's okay. Just keep coming back to your breath, to your body, to this moment.
It's a journey, not a destination, right?
Exactly. The more you do it, the more you'll see those amazing benefits. Less stress, better focus, stronger emotional intelligence, and a deeper connection to yourself and everything around you.
It's like we're all connected, and when we choose to be mindful, we're creating a more peaceful and caring world,
That's a beautiful way to put it.
Well, deep divers, this wraps up our exploration of mindfulness with WeiWat's The Way to Wellness. I'm feeling pretty inspired, ready to try some of these out. Who else is ready to embrace their inner goldfish and find those mindful moments?
I'm in. And remember, it doesn't have to be super serious. Have fun with it, experiment, and be kind to yourself along the way.
That's a great reminder. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.
Wait, what?